Hi. Hope you feel better, Spoofy. I wasn't sure if I would stream today, but I have enough time. I'm a little bit, the afterthought. I'm a little bit sleepy still, but I did sleep yesterday. I just took sleeping medicine since I haven't been able to stay asleep, and it always makes me drowsy the next day, so still a little tired, but better. And with your suggestion, I'm 364 days early because I slept a lot actually. I slept 11 hours. And I'm a little bit early because 364. Because I didn't have to do much drawing for it, but I think it looks a little bit strange for us to move together. We kind of look like a chimera. But I made you blink a little. Your eyes are already shut. It would be better if you moved on your own. I can't have two of these open. And also the movement is from speech and you have no speech input. So it wouldn't work anyway. I have that and... Oh yeah, did I put the other one? I think I like it better when you're there too. I think I can view a studio mode. Let me see. You're a giant here. I added a tiny mouth. I made it big so you can see the tooth. That's really it though for a drawing. No more. I think I'll switch back to... This is so... a big image. I want to talk about Yuppie Cycle. I just went through a lot of the lore. Yeah, this chair is very squeaky. Sorry. You can even breathe, you know? That was a common request. So, I went through some of the lore in some videos, so I'm still confused about. I just realized I go back. I'm still confused about some of the stuff, so I think I need to talk clearly. If I bring out Grandpa voice, it will probably help. Hello, Shani. No, I don't think it's helpful. Has to be a low voice. Then usually it helps me like be less high voice nervous. Yeah. So one day I'll talk like that. I'll stream. I think my grandpa's come back and possessed me. I watched some videos on it. I'm still a little bit confused about it. I think it's not just me. People were saying that it was an ambiguous ending, so I'll make myself. Oh no. I think, yeah, I think it was. What was I saying? Yeah, a little bit. So, in the end, other people seem to find the ending ambiguous. So, Yeah, it's like when people have complicated last names or names. It's always a nickname. It's because you're so understanding. So they switched bodies from the photo right after the photo was taken. So that the witch was in the girl's body and the girl's body was in the witch, and so when the witch burned, it was the girl who died, and then they're sisters, kind of, which is why I was a bit confused, because originally I thought they were sisters, but then one of the papers said that she only had one daughter, and that's because the witch is adopted. I know most of them. I think I looked up a lot of them. I think I probably missed some, but the original endings only come from the party, and I never got past the party. Where's this? Let me drink water. Did you get past the party? Because you had to talk to Domi. What is his name? Doshi. You had to talk to Doshi and then he'll fix the elevator. Everyone seems to be able to fix just about anything with a screwdriver. Even us, we were able to fix wires. Broken cut wires with a screwdriver somehow. And the toaster. So you know the ending where you talk to Hugo, and where he punches, where Demore punches Hugo, or Hugo, I think, jumps off the building? You know those? Because I didn't get those endings myself, I read about them. I didn't get past it. Well, because there's no good ending, really. I understand that. Also, I think the fox girl at the end, I think the story is that she's I remember you said good endings were important to you, so that makes sense. She's a fox girl too. I think it's based on a yokai that brings good fortune, and that's why Brian has one too, because he's become like a solar CEO. So he, the same as the Sintra family, the whatever the last name is. Yeah, I think it is Sintra. That's what the company is called too. He uses the same technique to make it in the business world, and so he adopts a fox girl yokai that brings him good luck. And that's why she's wearing the necklace too. It's a witch with a familiar. And the Mori was good, but I think she gets corrupted by the witch. And there was a scene about it in the original ending, but I never got that. But I read about it. Was we didn't wanna. Yeah, he was on his way. We didn't want to play with her anymore, so she got sad, and the snake was able to convince her to give it some of its powers, and that's how the body switched and everything went bad and the curse started. I think I slept. Did you sleep? Are you okay? So I think that's yeah. I think that's how it happened. She's not bad. I don't I read that there's one where they can live in the original ending, but I haven't seen that in any of the videos. So maybe I have to look harder. I read that there's one where both Ray and Demoy live. Yeah, I shouldn't have given up on Sosa. She was very cute in the in the party. She tries to distract Miss Corp Rustikov. I don't know her name. She tries to distract her first. And maybe she brings up Mappy every 5 seconds, but that's the only friend. So I think there is still a chance. Oh, and I think Brian likes her too, but I prefer Sosa as the person controlling his Gundam. And at the party, she kisses him on the cheek too, so I think that's what they wanted instead. I don't know why the game makers didn't prefer Sosa Brian, but whatever. I don't know if they even tried to set that up a little. I think Sosa nearby. I don't know. But yeah, she's great. I like her. And I went to the cemetery too. Oh, we wrapped up a lot of loose ends. So in the playthrough I did, I added to the end of the VOD. I'll make it public after this. We went to the cemetery, and that's where you use the sleeping medicine. You put the sleeping medicine into the fountain, and an owl drinks from it, and you steal its eye to put into this angel, this this stone angel thing. And then when you do that, you can go in and see their graves. And yeah, 5 minutes after we ended, and I went back to see the code. I kind of wished I'd checked so we could have done it on stream, but well, at least it's sort of practice for. I don't know what I need off-stream practice for though. I have a lot of that already, but it is what it is. I didn't wait. I didn't go back. I think it was already getting kind of late though, so yeah. I should have checked though. I'll check in the future. And then there was sleeping medicine. The candy is you can use it to try to bribe Ray to not stab you, but it doesn't really work that well because you have to get close to her and she doesn't do that much damage, so we didn't miss much about the candy. We weren't supposed to put her to sleep. And then what else do we do? Oh yeah, I found out that that floor 6 is not accessible from everything I read. So there's no. I think it was just used for the code that gets you into the secret entrance. I think 6 was one of them. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be a big reveal. It's weird. It's like a Chekhov's gun, but Chekhov died before he could give the role, you know? Chekhovs. Before I could tell them what the role was. I don't know if that name is right. Oh yeah, I read that. And that's also like where the development happened. And for the dot matrix too. And I read What else? So the candy. Oh yeah. To get to the party, you have to talk to Doshi, and then you go through. And then when you go through it, you talk to those people who are trying to recruit you. And they said they would talk to you later. The person in front of the anarchy poster. So that's where that wraps up. And then what else? There were other things. Oh, and Hugo really is bad. I cut him a little slack because of the ending. It seemed like he was being selfless, but he was the one who got Kate into the room with the printer monster. I don't even know why he did that, because we weren't even there for Kate. It's like he enjoys being evil. Maybe that was obvious, but I wasn't sure if it was someone else who was under the witch's control. And yeah, I thought maybe he was just, it wasn't his fault, but he seems particularly evil, and there's a reason for a lot of the people, a lot of the other hunters dying. So yeah, I think yeah, we were hoping the best for him, but no. No, it's just bad. And okay, what else? Oh, there are bells too. I think that's used to wake up Tomoe from Ray's body in the original ending. I don't think I'm gonna play it anymore though. I think I'm happy just knowing the endings. We already got a few of them. And some people are able to beat the part with the fire, and you just have to go in there and you get to raise grief. But whether or not you beat it, the ending is the same. In this part, in the DLC ending, you're always the devil, so I don't think the water thing would have saved you. But maybe it could. But from what I read, the DLC endings are when you're in the house already. I read that there was one, but maybe I misread it. I thought there was one where they were saved, but no, I think yeah. Did you still become the devil, or you didn't get there yet? Yeah, I think you can save some people, but it's still not a happy ending, really. It would be nicer if you got the lore in the DLC ending, because it's possible to just skip all of it, and then you have no idea what's going on. So because I didn't check Corvo. I can just follow them. I'm gonna look really silly if you already know the answers. You already played the Awakened, right? I only have the older version though. I don't have the newer ones. And I only bought them because they were really cheap. I was thinking, a game called Girls Last Tour. Let me look it up. I'm not familiar with the show. I know it, that's not my name. Image. That's a very cute creature. I'm glad. Okay. I think that I will. I was saying that something went on sale. It was. What was the name? Oh, Into the Pit. Into the Pit from Five Nights at Freddy's, but I've never played any of the other games. I saw the art and a little bit of the gameplay and it looked really cool, so maybe I'll buy it. Maybe. And I think about it. It'll probably go on sale again at some point. 20% off is good though. It's like 16 instead of 20. It's not bad. Maybe. We'll consider it, but we already have other. I should add that. I saved a screenshot of some of his recommendations, but haven't looked them up yet. Let me go to. Let's see, store. Can you search on here? I don't think I can search on my wish list. I noticed that my stream has been lagging a little bit. I think I have too many tabs open. So next time I will shut out my other account. Let's see. How much dark wood? It's not bad. I won't play the videos. What are the top-down survival? Or this looks good. I'll add this. It just looks like such a cool game, but maybe we should play the what that I like to play any solo, any yeah, keep going, man. This is great. This is great talking. any single player game with a cool story, and puzzle games are fun, but I'm not that good at them. But I like it, and yeah, side scrollers, things like that. Nothing really multiplayer or too big, cause my computer can't handle it. And shooters and stuff. Can you hear? Was there audio from Steam? Is that what you're talking about? I think that would be torture for you. Okay. I could try, but I've never played any games in the soul genre. I don't think I've ever played simulator games either. I pretty much stuck to small indie games and pixel games, and yeah. But it would be nice, I think, as something to do in the back while talking. Power Wash. Oh, you're a Dark Souls fan too. I guess a lot of people are. I've seen gameplay of it though, but I think I would be particularly bad, so I've never played anything like that. It would have to be long drive. It would have to be when I get a new computer as well. I don't think it's gonna run on this one. Images. Does this have a story as well? Because with simulator games, I always worried that I won't know what to say. I could always come in with things to talk about if I know I'm playing a simulator game, but not a indie. Grocery store. Maybe I'll try it just to try some. Let me let me put it here so I don't forget. There's no story, right? It's just very chill, organizing and everything. Okay, that's good though. I'll just have to come up with some things for us to talk about though while we play. I could always bring a list. Playing games. Queue up. Cheat. Oh, I didn't know this. Trick shot. Maybe. I don't know if it'll make me mad, but really frustrated. I played getting over it without getting mad, but I did take a 1-year break. So maybe that helped. Oh, just stick around for that. I think probably the fun of those kinds of games though is it's probably watching them get angry, so I don't know if I could provide that. Thank you. Thank you for following Bootcamp. I don't think I could provide the main appeal of that. But yeah, I'm not gonna try to. But I think story-based games are the most fun for me personally. Oh yeah. Is that your favorite Pokemon, Sam? you said that it was one of your starters. Wait, no, you said different one, didn't you? I don't remember. I remember Clockworks though. But, yeah. Oh, another that I forgot. I don't know. I know they mentioned this, but... Oh, I remember. I forgot the name, but I remember. It's the bell one. The bell one with the wind chime. Old clock, is this the original color? I will look. Certain ones... I got to be OG Madcap. Certain... The one that they don't make all Pokemon really, really cute. Because those always seem to be the popular ones. But... that's my favorite as well. Hey. And, well, no, I think it's probably a good thing. Then you can have a really cute Pokemon beating the big armored tanks. You can always have that. I guess that's cooler than everything being cute. But I think you guys play a lot more games than me. I don't know. I know what it is. I just don't know this kind of structure. Yeah, the variety is nice. It just seems to be that the cute ones appeal more to the masses. Max card. Oh, I guess you beat me then. I have no merch. So you'd probably be above me in the fan club. I think I'm only recruit status. I don't know if you're lieutenant though. Very few people can be. Oh, is there a giveaway or something? I should listen to music too. I'll go back. I'll call back. Did the music summon you? I haven't been listening to it. I should because it helps me talk a little bit more clearly. I have it on repeat, so frame, a little bit of drop frames. I don't buy them anymore, but the only cards I have are Pokemon cards. I didn't know the anime card collecting was too big. I'm only familiar with the Hololive cards, which look pretty cool. I really like the holos. The holos with special art, because the race cards are sometimes just the character PNGs, which is good too. But yeah, the holos look really cool. They have different styles too, so I wonder who they commissioned. I was gonna maybe open some eventually and just put them in the back. Yeah, of course. No AP grabber, okay? You mean a real signature, not just a digital? Yeah, but it'll have to be when when I'm level and I have a hand cam and all the technology stuff I need. I still wear gloves, Okay. Wait, guys. Okay, looks just right. What does this mean, dude? I have no idea what this code means. I'm pretending that I can understand if it's something bad. Like, I can. I just copy stuff. Let me see. It just goes back here. I have to copy from. I can't do it from my OBS. Is this a rare card? I really like Obako. Very cute. It has a cute signature. Why? Mustn't. Let me see. Oh, well then prices tell me how rare they are relatively. I really like one card with Kanata. I have to find it. I don't know how rare it is though. You're not gonna sell them though. Wait, it's for the love of the game. Or are you trying to... Oh no, I thought you were trying to make money. You always lose money with cards. Unless you get a one-pack wonder. See if I can find the Kanata card. The first two. I missed the first Miko. Go. That's really cute. Let me see if I can find the one with Kanata. I think it's super cute. Kanata. Hollow card. Where is it? There are a lot of cute ones. Oh, the bunny is cute too. I don't see it. There's also one from... Let me find it. Ina. I think from Ina. Hello. Let me make sure. How many packs have you purchased? They have a card with the fan of one of their cook channels. It's been on there a while. That's nice to appeal to the fan Zoe. Oh, I think it's this one. Was it this one I saw? I was watching some member open cards. I can't remember who. Maybe Becca? I don't know. I don't remember. Yeah. I think it was that. I think so. I'm trying to find on TCG too. I was hoping for related cards. There's so many cute ones. I can't see my screen. And now I'm just looking at cards. I've done one from before isn't here. What is it? Okay, I don't know. I have to find on TCG. No, I wasn't reading it. Oh. You mean 1,000 for all the cards or just for Hololive? I didn't even know these these properties had cards. At least not popular ones. It's good, I was gonna say you're riving the gotcha Alex over here. Okay. Good, as long as I'm being responsible. My apprentice. Oh, do you mean that some of the stuff is behind a paywall in Gacha? You mean the characters? You can, if you play enough, you can usually get a lot of the characters through free draws. I guess not the biggest ones, sometimes. Yeah. That sounds so fun. What if you both like the same card? What if you both want the same card? Do you have a shelf that you share? Yeah, but things like Genshin, I mean, they have free fate too. And like events to get it, I think. But you have to get very lucky with rolls to get everything. Very, very lucky. That's nice of you. So, is he more into cards than you are? It's such a nice hobby though to have. The brother or something. Oh, I just noticed the price on this. Jeez. I didn't look at this one first. Let me see. Kind of. What's that? It's one that has my favorite outfit from her. Somewhere. There it is. It's not expensive or anything, but it's just cute. I really like this outfit. I'll put it. Yeah. I think that's one of my favorite cards so far. Yeah, I really like this outfit too. She has a baking one. I think that's more recently. And it's very cute as well. Sometimes I miss the mute that, so I'll scroll up. Yeah, if you're trying to go the free route, you would have to put all your time into it. The whole time is money thing. Genshin. No, I think it's normal to want to play other content to really into a game. I never got super into Genshin though. I think I only played like 30, 40 hours. Something like that. Maybe I'm underestimating. Maybe 50. Not too much though for a gacha game. Reference. I don't know. Podcast bedtime. That's such a good thing to share. I haven't heard of that before. Community card unboxing. I usually think of it as a solitary thing. But, in the games are the social aspect, but of course you would want to unbox with people too. Well, besides streamers. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I don't play much gacha. Also, I don't like open world stuff, and I don't really like games that don't end. I like when the world and the story is defined, it has an ending. Then I can leave it when the time is right and never gets stale. Well, games then can still get stale, but less likely. Autumn. Oh, okay. Oh, I never... yes. I was hoping that one day we could do audiobooks too. But, I would have to buy software that takes out, sounds and reading to be a really good audiobook. What楽しいかなで楽しいかなでOh, she's the one who speaks, has decent English, right? Like, decent pronunciation. I think I've seen some clips from her. She has a chaotic energy. Not the dating sims again. We've just freed ourselves from an encounter. Yeah, a lot of the Gogos I love their designs too. I think, as Hololive has gotten bigger and bigger. The designs have gotten a lot more specific and recognizable because you can't just use one hair accessory anymore, Like if you look at the really early designs, they're a lot simpler than the more recent ones. Especially who's up close, and I guess there are some that are a little bit more, but generally speaking, anyway, that's understandable. Yeah, that's such an important component too for being recognizable. And for designs, they always, if you pay attention to the silhouette, they always do a really good job of making it recognizable. Like one thing with super long hair is that it forms a block silhouette. But they find ways around that, like I think with Rachel, her headpiece, I think, and her general shape, and she has these things on the outside of her, like jewels, gems on the outside. I the automaton design. That's cool. I saw. Yeah, I was thinking if they had any more any other kind of robot or automatons, and there's a local. I think what is the names are kind of Os Aki Ishi. Her tweets are from bots. I didn't even think of that. So, fine. Maybe I think I know who you're talking about actually. Let me. Oh, I do. I thought it was a different character, but I didn't know this one too. I think she was introduced after I stopped paying though, or at least I never got to her story. Whatever. Yeah, Naples kind of makes moves in a lot of ways. Like she switched to Twitch, I think, and almost all her live streamers are on YouTube. She did a lot of stuff like that. Well, a lot of VTubers do archive their stuff, right? There are a lot of people. Personas. But being an automaton doesn't mean you have all these different personas, does it? I thought it's just like a machine with human soul, sort of. Yeah, it is overwhelming. Clips are a good way to get around that though. I mostly watch clips and I just turn up their streams. If it's Japanese, and just the noise of it, and sometimes translate what people are saying, and then a few English horror streamers and indie streamers. And I was thinking of work on their channel. A lot of people do. Especially if you stream on YouTube, because it's used as a VOD adapter. That's cool. And also, YouTube makes pretty good other playlists of their song covers. Yeah. It would be really hard to catch everyone's all streams. Some people stream, like even Holiday just stream for 6-7 hours a day. So it would be really hard to do that even for a few people who are active. Clips are a good way. Yeah, Kura has a nice soft singing voice. I like her cover of is it called Angels? Do you remember? I can't remember the tune with the cinema ears. It's 18? I think it's called 18. Yeah. I really like that cover. I think it's one of her more listened to ones. I haven't checked if Girl's more active now. I'll probably check after Steam. Yeah. Speaking of full covers though, I do have a favorite. I don't know if everyone on the Holiday fan that doesn't like Niji Sanji, so I won't mention it if you don't. But I like one cover. I think my favorite cover is from Maria. I won't link it though if you don't like it. I'll look up these songs later though. I just watched some. Yeah, I also just watch everyone that I'm interested in. Mostly to clips, cause there's way too much, like Sam says. Yeah. If I wanted to watch even like 2 or 3 people I like, I would be doing nothing else. So, I mean, there are a few things I don't put up either though, Sam. But you've seen them. You've seen all of them, so I think it's only a few that I find embarrassing. I actually just updated my design, but it's not very recognizable in terms of outline. That's one of the reasons to that the Hurricane, the messy hair is helpful. Because I'm trying to avoid the blob. the silhouette blob look. I do have, to help with that though, I do have, I have these though that are supposed to help with, which one? Like, I recognize it, boy. I'm a silhouette. Yeah. I think the majority of streams though and Hololive are archived, compared to schedules at least. They're definitely similar to being creates from when they're unarchived, but the majority. I always try to post things if no, that's not my goal. If I can. No, I don't want to. If I meet new people, then that's good. I like the feeling of a small community, so I never aiming to be big like that. It's you can't talk to individuals as much, so yeah, I never want to be like that. I also don't think it's very true likely because I am a low energy person. Usually indies who make it are very high energy. But that doesn't bother me. I don't want to put it on to try to get big. I don't. I don't even want that, so finish updating something. Oh, that's might as well be 1,000,000% in gacha ads. I can't believe though that they. Well, no, isn't that worth it though? I mean, the in-game price, because usually have like 0.01, right? 0.01 odds for the 5 stars. I don't want to be very big because then you can remember individuals as much and have individual conversations like this. So I think just few people. Hopefully will stay somewhat small. Yeah. The other gacha actually I really want to play. I was gonna say that it's free. It's free, so we can play it, but I realized that pretty much every gacha is free, cause they expect you to buy the in-game currency. So if you have to pay more just for this material. Okay. I heard of Look Kevin Nikke. I love the character designs of Nikke. They're so cute. Some of them. Well, some are a little bit muscular ones. It's crazy. It's how worth it for the amount of days. It's only, was that only a month? You'd have to wait. Yeah, it's only, you only have to wait a month for that. Is that always $50? So, for a wiki. Oh, the one of lazy days. I misread. I see. But yeah, it is worth it. Do you need it that often? I might be thinking of the wrong gacha. I don't know if Nikke is the one that's more revealing. But also looking at I'm gonna drink water. Looking at gacha designs too is helpful for character design because they have to stand out against a huge cast of characters and other gacha characters. So that was helpful too in thinking about my own design. It's fun. Do you get this kind of currency from battles too? And do you get loot from battles with your friends? I guess then it depends on how into the game you are if you would buy that. I guess that's true in general though. The game I want to play is called what is it called? I guess that makes sense because you could just make an account and fight yourself and you could, take advantage of the system. So that makes sense if they're trying to make a profit. Let me see. I can maybe find it through this name. I found it. Reverse 1999. I wanna play that one. I really love the voice signs of have Balloon Party, Cristallo, I think, and Ghost. I love the voice lines and designs a lot, so I really wanna play it. But they're not gonna, unfortunately, will not get money from me. I have never spent money on gacha. I will not, I cannot do it. Vicky. What do you mean by cleave? Yeah, I just wanna try to get one of those 3 characters. I think Crystal is a 3-star, so I could probably get her. I don't know what Bloom Party and Ghost Star. Though the voice lines of Ghost remind me a little bit of Ummi. And I see question. Did you say which game this is? I think you did, but I forgot. Eastern. Pick 7. Is this your favorite gacha game? Oh, these designs are cool too. I don't know what it is about gacha, but they have the coolest designs. Let me check if Nikki is the one that I a little. This has more of the revealing designs, but there are some designs that are super cute too. Yeah, like this one. Open. Well, those designs are cute, but just different. And 102. I love that one. And 102. This is... Oh, yeah, they must have really, really big roads for 7. That's cool. Maybe we'll play gacha soon. It's my go-to. So, do you have guilds with your friends too, or is this a separate part of the game, like you have it with NPCs, or just yourself? Your own guild? Maybe we'll play, verse 1 and soon. It would be fun to play more gacha, just a little. And we could see if we get streamer luck. Streamer luck, the infamous streamer luck that I've heard so much about. Maybe that only happens if there are enough eyes, but it would be nice to try. Yeah, maybe we could do that. Maybe we should play the Ventum first. What do you think, Sandy? I have both. So, do I get a times 2 star here? Do you think we should play the Ventum first, or do you wanna start the gacha? I think for next stream. I think we'll probably have to make some space though. Let me see how much room it takes up. Because I don't have that much space left on my computer. I was gonna buy a fast drive to move some of my noises. There's one. It should say at the bottom specifications. It's 1 gigabyte. That's all my space. Okay. I mean, could we always switch between games, because we usually play one game to completion, but we don't have to do that. We can always switch around, you know. Don't do summons. Maybe that's them reading your mind, and they give you the character to get you hooked again, so you go 200 summons without getting it. I think it's more normal to do that, actually. The streamers I watch, they usually don't play the same games in a row, like I've been doing. So maybe we should do that, but it's a lot easier to remember the lore if you don't do that. Maybe you have crazy memory. Do you have really good memory? Could you remember? I don't think I could. No. Anyway, I have... Oh. Yeah, that would be nice if someone doesn't like one game. Then maybe I could still talk to them in that week. Maybe with two half memories we could construct the full story. Yeah, I think we'll try that. It's a lot easier to do if some of the games are switching out not ones that are short with defined endings, like gacha games or fighting games, open world games. Thank you. That seems to be an insane amount of money. $100. But that's only for hardcore fans, right? I mean, most people wouldn't be spending anywhere near that. That's... Oh. Maybe if you really love one. But you're a card whale. You can't be both. Your wallet will be in shambles. You have to be careful. Is that why... Oh wait. Is that why a lot of gacha games don't have cards? Or do they? Or do they have cards? Do they want to poke both? Thank you. Yeah, I think similar things happen with student ghost streaks. People cancel their membership because they lose their learning streak. That's why they say maybe it's not the best idea to do it for the streak. Try to do it for learning, because then you just do it daily to meet the minimum. Oh, you have a video emote. Cute. Emotes would be nice. No. Speaking of studying, I have not studied. I will get back to it one day. I have the story that I mentioned last time, but I don't... Not that kind of study. I'm learning Greek. ChatGPT can't implant a language in my head, unfortunately. But well, that too. But the neuralizer. You're fine here. No studies, but maybe reading. I have the story that I was talking about, the short story. Where did I put it? I never have this many tabs open, especially during a stream. Maybe I could play just a little bit of Epic 7 too. It's free, right? But you want to see that, just initial impressions and everything. Yeah, this is it. We could always read another day though. I always worry about that. The music. Come back. Okay. Good thing I'm listening to it. Because I wouldn't have got that. Otherwise. I always worry about that though. I'm not saying anything. That's why I'm kinda scared to play sim games. Because I mean, I think I don't mind it too much either, but I usually do like when streamers talk more consistently too, so I wanna be able to do that. I think I've gotten better. And it's just a lot easier with story-based games. And so what do you want me to... Do you want me to read the short story today or another day? It's kind of long. It's a little bit, many pages. It's called A Father's Story. Yeah, it's 17 pages. I thought it was even longer. I don't know. We could always read another time. I think reading would help me, speak a little bit clearer too. It's not my own words. And good practice. I could always read another day. I don't know if you want to hear it today. And I think, I don't know, maybe I should buy, let's see how many games I have. I have 2, 3, 4, 5 more truck games. And then I will get some of the space back from it, the Recycle. I have Amnesia. I've never played Amnesia. I will speed. And then some short story stuff. Also have 999. Let's see, I'll go here. That's on my other account though, but I thought you weren't saying anything. My stream chat froze on OBS. That's never happened before. I was just talking to myself for a while. Let me see if it will come back. Are you there now? No. I didn't disconnect though. Let's see what happens if I do. That's weird. I thought this was reliable. No. It came back, but it skipped this section after after 3 minutes ago. Yeah, I understand that. It was definitely difficult in the beginning. I think they've gotten a bit better at that. Yeah, that's a good thing about having a tap. I want to make sure I can talk just by myself too, so that it just won't be sad if I happen to just be by myself. Did you say yes please in response to 7? Playing 7? Or is it something else? And I don't know why it stopped working. And did you say that would be awesome about the... Okay. Okay, about the reading. I didn't see you say anything, so I thought that you didn't want to hear it today. I'm gonna pull up the PDF too, so that, because I'm not the clearest yet with reading the audiobook, so it would be good if you can hear it as well. That way, if you don't hear something clearly, you can read it too, so you don't miss something. I have to use so many tabs. I have to use studio mode, and then you can copy the PDF. I think I could download it, but then I would have to provide the I have to get all the individual images, so it's better to do a browser source. Not browser. Display window. This one, and then this good, and then we'll just do filters and top 200. Okay, I think that's good. I don't know how much I like it, so let's see. Make sure this is Burrito. And studio. I haven't read too much, so I don't know if it's good. I have to move out of the way. Maybe it would be better if it was that whole thing. Your eyes aren't even visible. There you go. Few things. You could tell me if you were there. The things there were. It's okay if you're not. I will find it. Let me drink some water first, and then we can read it. If you don't like it, just tell me and we will stop, okay? Do you want the music in the background? Is it too loud? I think it would be good if there was a little bit of background noise, but I don't know if it's too loud. Is it okay? Hi. Okay. My name is Luke Whitby. Here's what I call my life. I own a stable of 30 horses, and I have young people who teach riding, and we bought some horses too. This is northeastern Massachusetts. I have a barn with an indoor rig, and outside I've got 2 fenced-in rings, and a pasture that ends by the woods with trails. I call it my life because it looks like it, and people I know call it that, but it's a life I can get away from when I hunt and fish. And some nights after dinner, when I sit in the dark in the front room and listen to opera. The room faces a lawn and the road, and 2-lane country road. When cars come around the curve northwest of the house, they light up the lawn for an instant. It leaves out the maple. The leaves of the maple out by the road, and the hemlock closer to the window. Then I'm alone again. I'd appeared to be as someone crept up to the house and looked through the window. A big-headed, gray-haired guy drinking tea and smoking cigarettes. Staring out the dark woods across the road, listening to a grieving soprano. My real life is the one nobody talks about anymore, except Father Paul LaBeouf. Another old duck. Buck. He has a decade on me, 64, a big man, bald atop with grey at the sides. When he had hair, it was black. His face is ruddy, and he jokes about being a whiskey priest, though he's not. He gets outdoors as much as he can, goes for a long walk every morning, and hunts and fishes with me. But I can't get him on a horse anymore. 10 years ago, I could badger him into a trail ride. I had to give him a western saddle. Then he'd hold the pommel and bounce through the woods with me and be sore for days. He's looking at 70 with eyes that are younger than many I've seen in people in their 20s. I don't remember ever feeling the way they seemed to, but I was lucky because even as a child I knew that life would try me and I must be strong to endure. Though in the early days I expected to be tortured and killed for my faith, like the saints I learned about in school. Father Paul's family came down from Canada. He grew up speaking more French than English, so he is different from the Irish priests who abound up here. I don't like to make general statements or even hold general beliefs about people's blood, but the Irish do seem happiest when they're dealing with misfortune or guilt, either their own or somebody else's. And if you think you're not a victim of either one, you can count on certain Irish people to try to change your mind. Okay. I was just checking to see if you had any comments about if it wasn't coming through. Is it okay? I don't want to read for another 10 minutes and there are issues. Short interruption. Okay. We'll go back then. On Wednesday nights, Father Paul comes to dinner. Often he comes on other nights too. And once in the old days when we couldn't meet on Fridays, we bagged our first ducks of the season on a Friday, and as we drove home from the marsh, he said, "For the purposes of Holy Mother Church, I believe a duck is more a creature of water than land. It's not rightly a meat." Sometimes he teased me about never putting anything in the Sunday collection, which he would not know about if I hadn't told him years ago. I would like to believe I told him so we could have philosophical talk at dinner, but probably the truth is I suspected he knew, and I don't want him to think that I so love money that I would not even give his church a coin on Sunday. Certainly the ushers who pass the baskets know me as a miser. I don't feel right about giving money for buildings, places. This starts with the Pope, and I can always wreck one of them till he sells his house and everything in it, and that church too, and uses the money to feed the poor. I have rarely and maybe never come across saintliness, but I feel certain it cannot exist in such a place. I feel certain it cannot exist in such a place. But I admit also that I know very little, and maybe the Popes live on a different plane, and I'll try in the ways I don't know about. Father Paul said his own church, St. John's, is hardly the Vatican. I like his church. It's made of wood and has a simple altar and crucifix, and no padding on the nailers. He does not have to lock the doors. Its doors at night. Still, it is a place. He could say Mass in my barn. I know this is stubborn, but I find no mention by Christ of maintaining buildings, much less erecting them of stone or brick, and decorating them with pieces of metal and minerals, and elements that people still fight over like barbarians. We had a Maltese woman taking riding lessons. She came over on the boat when she was 10, and once she told me how the nuns in Malta used to tell little girls that if they wore jewelry, rings and bracelets and necklaces, in purgatory stakes were coiled around their fingers, and rings and throats, wrists and throats. I do not believe in frightening children or telling them lies, but if those nuns saved a few girls from devotion to things, maybe they were right. The Maltese woman laughed about it, but I noticed she only wore a watch, and not with a leather strap. One year I give to the church goes in people's stomachs and on their backs down in New York City. I have no delusions about the worth of what I do, but I feel it's better to feed someone than not. There's a priest in Times Square giving shelter to runaway kids, and some Franciscans who are on the bread line. Actually, it's a morning line for coffee and roll. Father Paul calls it the continental breakfast for winos and bag ladies. He's curious about how much I'm sending, and I know why. He guesses I send a lot. He said probably more than tithing. And he's right. I want to know how much because he believes I'm generous and good. And he is wrong about that. He has never had much money and does not know how easy it is to write a check. We have everything you ever need, and the figures are mere numbers and present no sacrifice at all. Being a real Catholic is too hard. If I were one, I would do with my house and barn what I want the Pope to do with his. So I do not want to impress Father Paul, and when he asks me how much I say, I can't let my left hand know what my right is doing. He came on Wednesday nights when Gloria and I were married, and the kids were young. Gloria was a very good cook. I assume she is still, but it's difficult to think of her in the present. And I like sitting at the table with a friend who is also a priest. I was proud of my handsome and healthy children. This was long ago, and they were all very young and cheerful and often funny, and the three boys took care of their baby sister and did not bully or tease her. Of course they did sometimes with the excited cruelty children are prone to, but not enough that it was part of her days. On Wednesday after Gloria left with the kids and the U-Haul trailer, I was sitting on the front steps. It was summer. I was watching cars go by, and Father Paul drove around the curb and into the driveway. I was ashamed to see him because he is a priest and my family was gone, but I was relieved too. I went to the car to greet him. He got up smiling with a bottle of wine, shook my hand, pulled me to him, gave me a quick hug and said, "It's Wednesday, isn't it? Let's open some cans." With arms about each other, we walked to the house, and it was good to know he was doing his work, coming as a friend too. I saw what good work he had. I have no calling. It's for me to keep horses. In that other life anyway. In my real one, I go to bed early and sleep well and wake up 4:45 for an hour of silence. I never want to get out of bed then, and every morning I know I can sleep for another 4 hours and still not fall out any of my duties, but I get up, so I've come to believe my life can be seen in miniature and not struggle in the dark of morning. While making the bed and boiling water for coffee, I talk to God. In my day, back my body and spirit, my thoughts and moods, with a prayer for Thanksgiving, and for Gloria, my children, my friends, and 2 women. I made a verse after Gloria left. This morning offertory is a habit from my boyhood in Catholic school, or then it was a habit, but I kept as I grew older, became a ritual. Then I say the Lord's Prayer, trying not to recite it, and one morning it occurred to me that a prayer, whether recited or said with concentration, is always an act of faith. Thank you. Is it too religious? I didn't know how religious it was. And I would drink some water. I like it, but I don't know if it's too. Okay. I sit in the kitchen at the rear of the house and drink coffee and smoke and watch the sky growing right before sunrise. The trees of the woods near the barn taking shape, becoming single pines and elms and oaks and maples. Sometimes a rabbit comes out of the tree line or is already sitting there, invisible till the light finds him. The birds are awake in the trees and feeding on the ground, and the little ones, the purple finches and titchmas and chickadees, are at the fender right outside the kitchen window. It's too small for pigeons to get a purchase. I sit and give myself to coffee and tobacco. They let me brisk again. Give me brisk again, and I watch and listen. In the first year or so after I lost my family, I played the radio in the mornings, but I overcame that, and now I rarely play it at all. Once in the middle, I received a questionnaire asking me to write down everything I watched on television during the week they had chosen. At the end of those 7 days, I wrote The Wizard of Oz and returned it. That was in the winter, and it was actually a busy week for my television, which normally sits out the cool months without once warming up. Had I sent the questionnaire during baseball season, they would have found me at my set. People at the stables talk about shows and performers I've never heard of, but I cannot get interested. When I'm in the mood to watch television, I go to a movie or read detective novels. Always good detective novels to be found, and I like remembering them next morning with my coffee. I also think of baseball and hunting and fishing, and of my children. It's not painful to think about them anymore, because even if we lived together, they would be gone now, gone into their own lives, except Jennifer. I think of this too. Not sadly or with fear, though something like excitement does run through me, something more quickening than the coffee and tobacco. I suppose it is intense interest and an outright distrust. I never feel certain I'll be here watching birds eating at tomorrow's daylight. Sometimes I try to think of other things like the rabbit that is warm and breathing, but not there till twilight. I feel on the brink of something about the life of the senses, but either I'm not equipped to go further, or I'm not interested enough to concentrate. I've called all of this thinking, but it is not, because it is intentional. What I'm really doing is seeing the day in silence, and that's what Father Paul is doing too, on his 5 to 10 mile walks. When the hour ends, I take an apple or carrot and I go to the stable and tack up a horse. We take good care of these horses, and no one rides them but students, instructors, and me, and nobody rides the horses we board unless anyone asks me to. The barn is dark, and I turn on lights and take some deep breaths, smelling the hay and horses and lemon or both fresh and dried, combined odor that I either like or don't like. I walk down the wide space of dirt between the stalls, greeting the horses, joking with them about their quirks, and choose one for no reason at all, other than the way it looks at me that morning. I get my old English saddle that has smoothed and darkened throughout the years, and go into the stall. Talking to this beautiful creature who swerve out of a canter, and a piece of paper loose in front of him, and if the barn catches fire and you manage to get him out, he will, if he can get away from you, run back into the fire to his stall. Like the smells that surround them, you either like them or you don't. I love them. so I'm spared having to try to explain why. He'd want to carry the apple and tack up and lead him outside where I mount, and we go down the driveway to the road and cross it and turn northwest and walk then trot, then canter to St. John's. A few cars are on the road, the driver is looking serious about going to work. It is always strange for me to see a woman dressed for work so early in the morning. You know how long it takes them with the makeup and hair and clothes, and I think of them waking up at dark, of winter or early light of other seasons, and dressing as they might for an evening's entertainment. Probably this strikes me because I grew up seeing my father put on those suits he never wore on weekends or his 2 weeks off. I'm so accustomed to the men, but when I see these women I think something went wrong. Send all those dressed up people out on the road when the dew hasn't dried yet. Maybe it's because I so dislike getting up early, but I'm also doing what I choose to do when they have no choice. I am lazy, yet I find such peace and delight in it that I believe it's a natural state, and in what looks like my laziest period I am closest to my center. The ride to St. John's is 15 minutes, closer than I do in all weather. The road is well plowed in winter, and there are only a few days a year when ice makes me drive the pickup. People always look at someone on horseback, and for a moment their faces change, and many drivers and I wave to each other. Then St. John's Father pull up 5 or 6 regulars, and I celebrate the Mass. Do not think of me as a spiritual man, whose every thought during those 25 minutes is one with the words of the Mass. Each morning I try, each morning I fail, and know that always I will be a creature who will look at Father Paul on the altar, and uttering prayers will be distracted by scrambled eggs, horses, the weather, and memories and daydreams that have nothing to do with the sacrament I'm about to receive. I can receive though, Eucharist. And also at Mass and other times, moments and even minutes of contemplation. I cannot achieve contemplation as some can, so having to face and forgive my own failures, I have learned from both necessity and wonder of ritual. Ritual allows those who cannot blow themselves out of the secular to perform the spiritual, as dancing allows the tongue-tied man in ceremony of love. And while my mind dwells on breakfast, or Major or Duchess tethered under the church cave, Eve, there is, as I take the host from Father Paul and place on my tongue and return to the pew, a thing that I am thankful I have not lost in the 48 years since my first communion. I have sent his excitement, spreading out from its peace and certainty, or a certainty of peace. One day Father Paul and I talked about faith. It was long ago. All I remember is him saying, belief is believing in God. Faith is believing that God believes in you. That is the excitement and the peace. Then the Mass is over. We go into the sacristy and we have a second and chat. Mystery ends with 2 men talking like any 2 men on the morning in America about baseball, plane crashes, presidents, governors, murders, the sun, the cards. Then I go the horse and ride back to the life people see, the one which I move and talk, and most days I enjoy it. What a break. I just realized it's too small. There you go. Well, okay. Is it in the way I move this too? It is late summer now, time between fishing and hunting, but a good time for baseball. It's been 2 weeks since Jennifer left to drive home the boys after a summer visit. She's the only one who still visits. The boys are married and have children, sometimes fly up for a holiday, or I fly down or west to visit one of them. Jennifer is 20, and I worry about her the way fathers worry about daughters, but not sons. I want to know what she's up to, and at the same time I don't. She looks athletic, and she is. She swims and runs and course rides. All my children do. When she comes for 6 weeks in the summer, the house is loud with girls, friends of hers since childhood, and new ones. I'm glad she kept the girlfriends. They have been very young company for me, and being with them, I've been able to gauge her growth between summers. On the riding days, I take them back to the house when the lessons are over, and they'd walk to the horses and put them back in the stalls, have lemonade or Coke and cookies if I had some, talk until their parents came to drive them home. 1 year later, near the bicycle, so I wasn't startled when I saw Jennifer in July. Then they were driving cars to the stable and beginning to look like young women. I was passing up here and ashtrays, and they were talking about college. When Jennifer was here in the summer, they were at the house most days. I would say generally that they got older. As they got older, they became quieter. And though I enjoyed both, I sometimes missed the giggles and shouts. The quiet voice is just low enough for me not to hear from wherever I was. Rising and falling to a portion of my distance from them frightened me. Not that I believe they were planning or recounting anything really wicked, but there was a female seriousness about them, and it was secretive, and of course I thought, sex, but it was more than that. It was womanhood that they were entering. The forest of it, no matter how many women went to are saying these days that there's a little difference between us. Truth is, I'm entering the range of forest, only on clearly marked trails, well, they move about it like birds. So, hearing Jennifer and her friends talk so quietly and intensely, I wanted very much to have a wife, but not as much as in the old days. Glenn had left, but her presence was still in the house, as strong as if she had only gone to visit her folks for a week. There were no clothes or cosmetics, but potted plants and dirt. I neglected care as long as I could, and slowly died. I did not kill them on purpose to exercise the house of her, but I could not remember to water them. For weeks, because I did not use it much, the house was as neat as she had kept it, though dusty with the order she had made. The kitchen went first. I got the dishes in and out of the dishwasher, and wiped the top of the stove, but did not return cooking spoons and pot holders to the hooks on the wall, and some of the burners and oven were caked with spillings. The refrigerator had more space and was spotted with juices. The living room and my bedroom went next. I did not go into the children's room, except on bad nights when I went from room to room and looked and touched and smelled. I did not lose their order until a year later when the kids came for 6 weeks. It was 3 months before I ate last of the food I had cooked and frozen. I remember it was a beef stew and very good. By then I had 4 cookbooks and was boasting a bit and talking about recipes with women at the stables and looking forward to cooking for Father Paul. But I never looked forward to cooking at night only for myself, though I made myself do it. On some nights I gave in to my daily temptation and took a newspaper detective novel to a restaurant. By the end of the 2nd year, though, I had stopped turning on the radio. As soon as I woke in the morning, I was able to be silent and alone in the evening too, and then I enjoyed my dinners. It is hard to live through a day if you can live through. It's not hard to live through a day if you can live through a moment. What creates despair is the imagination, which pretends there is a future and insists on predicting millions of moments, thousands of days, so dreams you that you cannot live in the moment at hand. That is what Father Paul told me in those first 2 years, and some of the bad nights when I believed I could not bear what I had to, the most painful loss of my children, been the loss of Gloria, whom I still love despite her, maybe because of our long periods of sadness, rendered us helpless, so neither of us could break out of it, to give a hand to the other. 12 years later, I believe ritual would have healed us more quickly than the repetitious talks we had, perhaps even if kept us heated. Marriages have lost that, and I wish I had known that when I knew now. It was harder to see. One more sip of water. Okay. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know how loud that was. I caught it. It didn't break. Sorry. I hope that wasn't super loud. Oh good. The microphone must have cut it off. That was very loud to me. Good. Well, I should clean the desk after. I left some plates. Yeah, it's fine. I'm just a bit messy, you know. Usually I put everything away. I'm glad it wasn't loud to you though. Okay. Marriages have lost that, and I wish I had known then what I know now. We had performed certain acts together every day, no matter how we felt. Perhaps then we couldn't have subordinated feelings to action. But surely that is the essence of love. I know this from my distractions during mass and doing everything else I do, but my actions and feelings are seldom one. It does happen every day, in proportion to everything else in a day. It is rare like joy. Then the most painful loss, which became second, sometimes first as months passed, was knowledge that I could never marry again, and so dared not even keep company with a woman. On some of the bad nights I was bitter about this with Father Paul, and I so pitied myself that I cried, or nearly did, speaking with empires and breaking voice. I believe that celibacy is for him the same trial as for me, not in the flesh but the spirit, the heart longing to love. But the difference is he chose it, and did not wake one day to a life with 30 horses. My anger, I said I had done my service to love and chastity, and told him the actual physical and spiritual kind of practicing rhythm. Nights I was striking notches with fists, tearing animals side by side in heat, in the bed to pace, to smoke, to curse, and to passionate to question. For we were so angered and oppressed by our passion that we could see no further than our lungs. So now I understand how people can be enslaved for generations before they throw down their tools and use them as weapons. The form of their slavery, the cotton fields, the shacks, the puny cupboards, and intended illnesses. Absorbing their emotions and thoughts until finally they have little or none at all to direct with clarity and energy at the owners and legislators. I'll bring the music back. I told him of the trick of Hassan's knocking, of doing what we had believed were safe periods. Though all of our children were concealed at those times, we were able with some coherence to question The tradition, reason, justice of the law against birth control, and there was enough conviction to so overreact against it, as though regular satisfaction had been tempered our revolutionary, as well as erotic desires. Only when abstinence drove us hotly away from each other did we receive an urge so strong it lasted all the way to the drugstore and back. But always after this we threw away the remaining condoms, and after going through this a few times, we knew what would happen, and from then on we submitted to the calendar, so she had precisely marked on the bedroom wall. I told him that living 2 lives each month, one as celibates, one as lovers, made us tense and short-tempered, so we snapped at each other like dogs. To have endured that, to have reached a time when we burned slowly and could gain from bed the comfort of lying down at night with one who loves you and whom you love, could for weeks on end go to bed tired and peacefully sleep after a kiss, a touch of the hands, and then to be thrown out of marriage like a bundle from a moving freight car was unjust, was intolerable. I could not or would not muster the strength to endure it. But I did, a moment at a time, a day and night, except twice, each time with a different woman and more than a year apart. And this was so long ago that I clearly see their faces in my memory. Can hear the pitch of their voices and the way they pronounce words. One was a Massachusetts accent, one was Midwestern, but I feel as though I only heard them from someone else. Each rode at the stables and was with me for part of an evening. One was badly married, one divorced, so none of us was free. They did not understand this Catholic view, but they were understanding about my having it. I remained friends with both of them until the married one left her husband, went to Boston, the divorced one moved to Maine. After both those evenings, those good women, I went to Mass early while Father Paul was still in the confessional and received his absolution. I did not tell him who I was, but of course he knew, though I never saw it in his eyes. Now my longing for work comes only once a year, like a cold, on some late afternoons when I'm alone in the barn. I lock up and walk to the house, daydreaming, and suddenly look at it empty. See it empty, as though for the first time. And all at once I'm weary and I feel I don't have the energy to boil meat, and I think of driving to a restaurant and shake my head and go in the house, the refrigerator, the oven. And some mornings I wake up in the dark and listen to the sounds and hold my hand over a cold sheet beside me. Some days in summer when Jennifer is here. Boy left first me, then the church, and that was the end of the religion for the children. Though on visits, they went to Sunday Mass with me and still do, out of respect for my life. I managed to keep free of patronage. Jennifer is an agnostic, though I doubt she would call herself that, any more than she would call herself any other name that implied she had made a decision, a choice about existence, death, and God. In truth, she tends to pantheism, a good sign, I think. I'm not one to be a father who tells his children what they ought to believe. I do not say to her that Catholicism includes pantheism, like onions in this too. Besides, I have no missionary instincts and do not believe everyone should or even could live with the Catholic faith. It is Jennifer's womanhood that renders me awkward. Woman now is frank. Molly Kungler was 20 and there were symbols, high heels and cosmetics and dresses, a cigarette or cocktail. I'm glad women are free now of false modesty and all's attention paid the flesh, but still, it's difficult to see so much of your daughter. To hear her talk as only men and body women used to, and most of all see it in her face. It's in her face the deep and unabashed sensuality of women, with no tricks of the eyes and mouth to hide the pleasure she feels having a strong body. I'm certain with the way things are now. She has very happily not been a virgin for years. That does not bother me. What bothers me is my certainty about it, just on watching her walk across the room or their cigarette or pour milk on cereal. She told me all of it, walking me that night. I had gone to sleep listening to the wind in the trees and against the home, a wind so strong that it shut all but the lee windows, and still the house cold, told to me in such a detail and so clearly now, when she has driven the car to Florida. I remember it all as though I'd been a passenger in the front seat, or even at the wheel. It started with a movie, then beer, and driving to the sea and looking at the waves in the night, the wind, and I found Betsy and Liz. Drinking on the beach, I wanted to go naked, but were afraid they would drown in the high surf. They bought another 6-pack at a grocery store in New Hampshire and drove home. I can see it now. The 3 girls and the beer and the ride on country roads, where pines curved in the wind, and the big deciduous trees swayed and shook as they might leave from the earth. I'm gonna get my water and tears out my mouth a lot quicker. Is the volume still okay? Because I think I've gotten my voice going low, so I don't know if I'm high enough now. Okay, maybe it's just maybe it's just my interpretation, I guess. They would have some windows partly open so they could hear the wind. Jennifer would be playing a cassette, the music stirring them as it does the young. The memories of another time, other people and places, and what is for them the past. She took Betsy home, then Liz, and sang with her cassette as she left the town rest of us and started home. 25-minute drive on the road that passes my house. They'd each had 4 beers, but now there were 12 empty bottles in the back on the floor, the passenger seat, and I kept focusing on their sound against each other when the car shifted speed or changed directions. For I want to understand that one moment, out of all her heart's time on earth, or whether her history had any bearing on her, whether her heart was then isolated from all it had known, and the sound of those bottles urged it. She was just leaving the town, excelling past the nightclub on the right, gaining speed to climb a long gradual hill. Then she went up it, singing, patting the beat on the steering wheel, the wind loud through a few inches at the open window, blowing her hair as it did the high branches alongside the road. And she looked up at them and watched at the top of the hill for someone drunk or heedless coming over it, part of her lane. She crossed it to an open back road, and there he was, a bulk, a blur, thing running across her headlights, and she swerved left and her foot went to the brake, and was stomping her above its pedal when she hit him, saw his legs and body in the air, flying out of her light into the dark. Her brakes were screaming into the wind. What was clinking in the falling wagon with the music and wind inside the car was his sound, already in memory but as real as an echo. The car shuddering thump, as though he had struck a tree. Her foot was back on the accelerator, then she shifted gears and pushed it. She ejected the cassette and closed the window. She did not start to cry until she knocked on my bedroom door, then called, "Dad?" Her voice, her tears broke through my dream, and the wind I heard in my sleep. I stepped into jeans and hurried to the door, thinking harm, rape, death, all were in her face, and I hugged her and pressed her cheek, my chest, and smoothed her brown hair. and led her weeping to the kitchen, sat at the table where still she could not speak, nor look at me when she raised her face, fell forward again, as of its own weight, into her palms. I offered tea and she shook her head, so I offered beer twice and she shook her head, so I offered whiskey and she nodded. I had some right up Father Paul and I had not finished last hunting season. I poured some more ice and sat in front of her and put away the ice, but stopped. I was putting away the ice, but stopped and got another glass and poured one for myself too. Brought the ice and bottle to the table where she was trying to get one of her long those out of the pack, but her finger jerked like severed snakes. And I took the pack and one for her and took one for myself. I watched her shudder, the first swallow why, and put her hair back from her face. It was all red and gleamed in the overhead light, and I remember how beautiful she looked, riding the sorrel. She was smoking fast. Then the sobs in her throat stopped, and she looked at me and said it, the words coming out with smoke. I hit somebody with a car. Then she was crying, and I was on my feet, moving back and forth, looking down at her, asking who, where? She pointed at the wall over the stove, driving her fingers and cigarette at it, her other hand at her eyes. Twice in horror, she looked at the wall. She finished her skin as well, and I stopped pacing and asking and poured another. Either drink or exhaustion, the tears quieted her, even the dry sobs, and she told me, not as I tell you now, for that was later. As again and again we relived in the kitchen and living room, and if in daylight, fled on horseback on the trails through the woods, if at night walked quietly around in the pasture, walked around it and round it, sweating to her clothes. She told in verse like she was a child again, running to be injured from play. I put on boots and a shirt and looked at the butter in her streaked face, and a cigarette twitching between her fingers. Pushed the door open again in the wind, and eased it shut. The wind squinted and watered my eyes as I leaned into it and went to the pickup. When I passed St. John's, I looked at it. Father Paul's little white rectory in the rear, and wanted to stop. Wish I could, as I could. Simply a friend who sold hardware or something. I forgot my watch, but I always know the time within minutes, even when the sound of dream or iPod wakes me in the night. It was nearly 2. I'd been in the kitchen about 12 minutes. She had hit him around 1:15. For her. The road was empty. I drove between glowing trees. Caught friends in my light. They seemed to be in panic. I smoked and let hope play tricks on me. It was neither man nor woman, but an animal. A goat or calf or deer on the road. It was a man who had jumped away in time, collision of metal and body glancing. Not direct, and he had limped home to nurse bruises and cuts. I threw the cigarette and hope both out the window and prayed that he was alive. While beneath that prayer I reserved deeper in my heart another one stood, that if he was dead they would not get Jennifer. From our direction, east and a bit south, the road to the hill and the nightclub beyond it, finally the town is, but its last 4 or 5 miles straight through farming country. When I reached that stretch, I slowed the trunk and opened my window for the fierce air. On both sides were scattered farmhouses and barns, and sometimes a silo, looking not like shelters, but like unsheltered things the wind would flatten. Corn bent toward the road from the field on my right, and always something blew in front of me. Paper, leaves, dried weeds, branches. I slowed approaching the hill, and went up in a second, staring through my open window at the ditch on the left side of the road, its weeds alive, whipping, mad dance with the trees above them. I went over the hill and down, and opposite the club, and turned right onto the side street of houses and parked there in leaping shadows of the trees. I walked back across the road to the club's parking lot, the one behind me, lifting me as I strode, and I could not hear my boots on pavement. I walked up the hill on the shoulder, watching the benches above me, hearing their leaves and the cracking trunks in the wind. Then it was was at the top, looking down at the road and the farms and the fields. The night was clear and I could see a long way, clouds scudded past the half moon and stars blown out to sea. I stood, Father. Sorry, Sam. I would have. I didn't want to read before I read it here, so I wouldn't spoil it, but I have a feeling it won't take a happy turn. Next one will be happy. We'll find a happy one. I started down, watching the tall grass under the trees to my right, glancing into the dark of the ditch, listening for cars behind me. But as soon as I cleared one tree, the sound was gone. Slapping leaves and rattling branches far behind me, so the greatest distance I had on my back was a matter of feet, while ahead of me I could see a barn 2 miles off. Then I saw a skid mark, short and going left and downhill, into the other lane. I stood at the ditch, Swedes blowing across it. Across over trees and the moving shadows, like the clouds. I stepped onto its slope and it took me sliding on my feet and up to the bottom where I sat still, my body gathered to itself, lest a part of me should touch him. But there was only tall grass. I stood, my shoulders reaching the sides of the ditch, and walked uphill, wishing for a flashlight in the pickup. Walking slowly and down the ditch, I could hear my feet in the grass and on the earth, kicking cans and bottles. At the top of the hill, I turned and went down, watching the ground above the ditch on my right, praying my prayer from the truck again. The first one, the one I would admit that he was not dead, was in fact home, and began to hope again. And me telling me of lost prints and glass I had shot. They were small in the colors. At home, my smell was either there or not. And from that memory I left where I was. And while walking in the ditch under the wind, was in the seat of imagination with Jennifer in the kitchen, telling her she had hid no one, or at least had not hardly heard anyone, when I realized he could be in the hospital now and I would have to think of a way to check there, something to say on the phone. I see now that once hope returned, I should have been certain what it prepared me for. Ahead of me in high grass and shadows of trees, I saw his shirt. What was on my mind would allow itself, a shirt, and I stood looking at it for the moments, and it took my mind to admit the arm and the head and dark thing covered by pants. He lay face down, the arm I could see near his head turned from me on his cheek. Bella? I said, and I meant to call, but it came out quiet and high, lost inches from my face in the wind, and I said, oh God, and felt him in the wind, the sky moving past the stars and moon, the fields around me, only watching me as he might have watched Cain or Job. I didn't know which, and I said it again, wanted to sink into the earth and weep till I slept there in the weeds. I climbed screaming up to the side of the ditch, pulling at clutched grass, gained the top of my hands. Gained the top on hands and knees and went to him like that, panting, moving through the grasses higher and higher than my face, going under the sky, making sounds too like some animal, there being no words to let him know I was there with him now. He was long, that was a word that came to me, not tall. I hid beside him, my hands on my legs. His right arm was by his side, his left arm straight out from his shoulder. But turned, so his palm was open to the trees above us. His left cheek was clean shaven. His eyes closed and there was no blood. I leaned forward to look at his open mouth and saw the blood on it, going down into the grass. I straightened and looked ahead at the wind blowing past me, the trees, blue grass and trees to a distant light. I stared at the light, imagining someone awake out there, wanting someone to be, gathering old friends or someone listening to music or painting a picture. And I figured it was a night light, at a farmyard whose house I couldn't see. Going, I thought, still going. I leaned over and looked at dripping blood. So I had to touch his wrist, a thick one with a watch, an expansion band that I pushed up his arm, thinking he's left-handed, my 3 fingers pressing his wrist, and all I felt was the tough fingertips on that smooth underside flesh, and small bones, then relief, then certainty, but against my will only because of it. I still don't know. I touched his neck, my fingers down as if petting, and pressed, and my hand sprang back as from fire. I lowered it again, held there until I felt the faint being that I could not believe. There was too much wind, nothing could make a sound in it. A pulse could not be felt in it, nor could mere fingers in that wind feel the opposite silence of a dead man's artery. I was making sound again. I grabbed his left arm in his waist and pulled him toward me, and that side of him was turned and lowered him onto his back, and its face tilted up toward the tree that was groaning. Tree and I, the only sounds in the wind. Turning my face from his, looking down the length of him at his sneakers, I placed my ear on his heart and heard not that but something else. I clamped a hand over my exposed ear, heard something liquid and loud, like when you pump a well, and after a few strokes you hear air and water moving in the pipe. I knew I must raise his legs and cover him and run to a phone, while I still listened to his chest, thinking, raise with what, cover with what? In the middle of the liquid sound I heard the heart, then lost it and pressed me against the bone. But his chest was quiet, and I did not know now when the liquid had stopped. I did not know now when I heard air, a faint rush of it, or whether my ear or his mouth, or whether I had heard it at all. I strained and looked at the light, dim and yellow. I touched his throat, looking him full in the face. He was blond and young, could have been sleeping in the shade of a tree, but the smear of blood from his mouth to his hair, the night sky, winds blowing against his head and he shaking in the dark above us. I stood, then I kneeled again and prayed for a soul to join in peace and joy of the dead and living, and doing so confronted my first sin against him, not stopping for Father Paul, who could have given him last rites, neither than my second one, or I saw then my first, not calling an ambulance to meet me there, and I stood and turned into the wind, slid down the ditch and crawled out of it, and up the hill and down it, across the road to the street, houses as people I had left behind forever. I moved with stealth in the shadows of my truck. When I came around the bend near my house, I saw a kitchen light up through it. She saw it as I had left her, the ashtray filled, and I looked at the water, felt her eyes on me, felt what she was seeing too, and up from my calling. She had not drank much of the rye. I poured some in my glass and water from melted ice, sat down and swallowed some, and looked at her and swallowed some more and said, he's dead. She rubbed her eyes with the heels of her hands, rubbed her cheek under them, but she was dry now. He was probably dead when he hit the ground. I mean, that's what probably killed. Where was he? Across a ditch, under a tree. Was he? Did you see his face? No, not really. I just felt the life pulse. I'm going out of the car. Going out to the car. What for? Oh. I finished the eye and pushed back the chair, and she was standing too. I'll go with you. There's no need. I'll go. I took a flashlight from the drawer and pushed open the door and held her while she went out. We turned our faces from the wind. It was like on a hill when I was walking, and close a distance behind me. After 3 or 4 steps, I thought there was no house back there. She took my hand as I was reaching for hers, and gradually let go, and squeezed between the pickup and her little car, the front of it, where we had more room. And we stepped back from the girl, and I shone my light on the fender. The smash headlight turned into it, concave chrome staring to the right at the garage wall. "You ought to get the bottles," I said. She moved between the garage and the car on the passenger side and had room to open the door and lift the bag. I reached out and she gave me the bag and backed up and shut the door, came around the car. I settled the doorway, and she put her arm around my waist and I hugged her shoulders. "I thought you'd call the police," she said. We crossed the yard, faces browned from wind, hair blowing away from her neck. In the kitchen, I put the bag of bottles in the glass basket. She was working at the table, capping the wine, putting it away, filling the ice tray, washing the glass, emptying the ice tray, sponging the table. "Try to sleep now," I said. She nodded at the sponge dripping under her hand, gathering ashes, and she dropped in the sink and looking at me from the face as I'd never seen her look, as perhaps she never had. Being for so long a daughter on visits, or so it seemed to me and still does, until then our eyes had never seriously met. She crossed to me from the sink and kissed my lips, and held me so tightly I lost balance and would have stumbled forward had she not held me so hard. I sat in the living room, house dark, and watched the maple and hemlock. When I believed she was asleep, I put on La Boheme and kept it at the same volume as the wind so it would not wake her. I listened to Madame Butterfly in the third act, had her eyes quickly lower the sound. The wind was gone. I looked at the still maple near the window and thought of the leaving farms and towns and the coast, going over the sea and to die in the waves. I smoked and gazed out the window. The sky was darker, and at daybreak the rain came. I was in Tosca, and at 6:15 went to the kitchen with Jennifer's purse on the table, a leather shoulder purse crammed with the things of an adult woman. Things she had begun accumulating only a few years back, and I nearly wept thinking of what sandy foundations they were. Driver's license, credit card, disposable lighter, cigarettes, checkbook, ballpoint pen, cash, cosmetics, comb, brush, Kleenex. These the rites of passage from childhood. I took one of them, her keys, and went out, remembering a jacket and hat. And the rain struck me, but I kept going to the car and squeezed and lowered myself into it, pulled the seatbelt over my shoulder and fastened it and backed out, turning in the drive, going forward into the road, towards St. John's and Father Paul. Cars were on the road, the workers. I did not worry about any of them noticing the thunder and light. Only a horse distracted them from what they drove to. In front of St. John's is a parking lot, and it's as far as I passed the church. At the edge of the lawn is an old pine, taller than the steeple now. I shifted to third, left around, and aiming the right headlight the tree, accelerated past the white blur of church into the black truck going bigger. That was all I could see. Then I walked in that resonant thump she had heard, had felt, and when I turned off the ignition, it was still in my ears, the blood, and I saw the boy flying in the wind. I held my forehead to the wheel. Father Paul opened the door, his face white in the rain. "I'm alright. What happened?" "I don't know. I fainted." I got out and went around to the front of the car, looked at the smashed light and crumpled and torn fender. "Come into the house and lie down." "I'm alright." "When was your last physical?" "I'm due for one. It's got this rain." "You better lie down. No, I want to receive." That was the time I say I want to confess, but I did not have. I did not, and I will not. Though I could now for Jennifer. Jennifer is in Florida, and weeks have passed, and perhaps now Father Paul will not feel they must tell me to go to the police. And for that very reason, to confess now would be unfair. It is a world of secrets, and now I have one for my rest, and choose my only friend. I have one from Jennifer too, but that's the nature of fatherhood. Also that day it rained, so it was only an early evening when the sky cleared with the setting sun that two little boys leaving their confinement for some play before dinner found him. Jennifer and I got down local news, which we listened to every hour, meeting at the radio, standing with cigarettes until 1 at 8 o'clock when she stopped crying. We went out and walked on the grass around the pasture. Later suddenly stood in the air and chased. His name was Patrick Mitchell. He was 19 years old, was employed at CTA, lived at home with his parents and brother and sister. The paper next day said he had been at a friend's house and was walking home, and I thought of that light I had seen, then knew it was not for him. He lived on one of the streets behind the club. The paper did not say then, or the next few days, anything to make Jennifer think he was alive while she was with me in the kitchen. Nor do I know if I could have saved him. There's one more page after this. I'm gonna tinkle them up in my wallet. I don't think it would be real because he'll be admitting to hiding a hidden one. A killing one. It's just a short story. Second. In keeping a secret from my friends, Jennifer had to perform so often, as I did with Father Paul, and at the stables, that I believed the acting, which took more of her than our daily trail rides and night walks in the pasture, was her healing. Her friends teased me about wrecking her car. When I carried her luggage out to the car on the last morning, we spoke only of the weather for her trip. The day was clear, with dry cold breeze, and hugged and kissed, and I stood watching as she started the car and turned it around. Then she shifted neutral and put on the parking brake and unclasped the belt, looking at me all the while. Then she was coming to me. As she had that in the kitchen, I opened my arms. I have said I talk with God in the mornings as I start my day, and sometimes I sit with coffee looking at the birds and the woods. Of course, he has never spoken to me, but that's not something I require, nor does he need to. I know him as I know the part of myself that knows him. I felt him watching from the wind and night, signaled over the dying boy. Lately, I have taken to arguing with him as I camped with Father Paul, who, when he hears my monthly confession, is not heard, and will not hear anything of failure to do all that one can to save an anonymous life, and justice to a family in their grief, deepening their pain at the chance and mystery of death by giving them nothing, no one to hate. When Father Paul and I felt lonely about this, not with God. Father Paul felt lonely about this, but not with God. When I received the Eucharist, while Jennifer's car sat twice damaged, so redeemed in the rain, I felt neither loneliness nor shame, but as though he were watching me, even from my tongue, intestines, blood, as I have watched my sons at time in their young lives, when I was able to judge without anger, so kept silent while they, in the agony of their youth, decided how they must act, or found reasons after their actions for what they had done. The reasons were never as good or as bad as their actions, but they needed to find them to believe they were living by them instead of the awful solitude of the heart. I did not feel the peace I once did, nor with God nor the earth or anyone on it. I began to prefer this state to remember with fondness the other one as a period of peace I neither earned nor deserved. Now in the mornings where I watch purple finches driving larger tightness from thunder, I say to him, I would do it again. But when she knocked on my door and called me, she woke what fell dormant in my blood since her birth, so that what rose from the bed was not a stable owner, or Catholic, or other lucrative I had lived with for a long time, but the father of a girl. And he says, I'm a father too. Yes, I say, as you are a son, from this morning I will receive, unless you kill me on the way to church, then I trust you will receive me, as a son you made your plea. Yes, he says, but I will not lift the cup. True, and I don't want you to lift from me either. And if one of my sons had come to me that night, I would have phoned the police and told them to meet us with an ambulance at the top of the hill. Why do you love him less? I tell him no, it's not that I love them less, but that I could bear the pain of watching and knowing my son's pain, could bear with pride as they took the whip and nails. But you never had a daughter, and if you had, you could not have borne her passion. So he says you love her more than you love me. I love her more than I love truth. Then you love in weakness, he says. As you love me, I say, go with an apple or carrot to the barn. As you love me, I say, and I go with an apple or carrot up to the barn. That is all. I filled up the water during one of those. Okay, what are your thoughts? I have some thoughts. It is, I suppose, a sad ending, but some things about the, I don't know if this was the best one to start on, in terms of practicing stories reading, because he has many run-on sentences, and so it's a little bit hard to get the pacing of that, and so I messed with the pacing a bit. I also noticed that I'm not very good at giving the right music. I think it will come back. It's on a loop, it's just there's a little bit of silence at the end of it. I won't loop this one in the future. I think I struggle with the dialogue too. My teacher was very touched by the story, apparently. I did not feel the same, but I thought it was well written. In terms of writing, yeah, me too. It's from a teacher, so it makes sense. But I thought that in terms of writing, I like when you list things, cheese, the wind, the boo, whatever it is. I like those lists, but they were a bit overused here, and wind was used too much as a word. It was distracting how often wind and cheese were talked about. Those are my main gripes with it. I thought otherwise it presented, his daughter is Jennifer. It was felt pretty natural, real story, I think he did a good job with that, and with dialogue. I thought it dragged a little as well. I think I will find my own short stories from now. No, I do have to work on enunciating the dialogue though, because it didn't sound like a conversation. It sounded robotic. I'll work on getting better with reading. I don't know, my vision went quite blurry about halfway through. So I was reading blurred half of it, but the handwriting didn't really help. It was anything but cracking. And that pipe, peep. I want to look up this word. You come. Eucharist. 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 Oh, I see. This is another thing for the ritual with the sharing bread and wine. It's the full communion. I think.
Eucharist.
Okay, I got the pronunciation. So, what is the difference between this and communion? Ritual. They're essentially the same things. I see. Why she kissed him? Because she was relieved. Some families don't do it, but like during early childhood, a lot of families like give a peck on the lips. So it's kind of like how relieved she was, and maybe reverting back to what she did as a child. I tried my best. I think I would choose the next one though. I don't think my old teacher and I had the same taste in short stories. But it's okay. It's good practice. I really want to do faster paced fiction stuff. Like Metamorphosis from Franz Kafka. I think that's a novella though. Let me see how long it is. I think it was before public. I mean the copyright. Where is it? Metamorphosis. Franz Kafka. I don't think I've ever read the full one. It's considered a novella, but it's the same amount of pages. This one says 27 pages. Never mind, it's a bit longer. Okay, this would probably not be very good for a stream. Because, because, oh sorry, I forgot to close up the window. Yes. And yeah, I think we'll read more stuff like that. I guess it's weird for some families though, huh? Even when you're a kid. I used to do that with my parents too. But it stopped when I was like 11, 10. So yeah, that's for young children, I think. Style-wise, yeah, I think faster paced stuff would be good. Hello, Raccoon. How are you? I think maybe, yeah, we'll do faster stories and maybe shorter as well. Do you know how long this took me to read? Okay, thank you. Let me look at it. Where's my tablet's chat? Cause I can click some OBS. Yeah, it's kind of long for a story. So maybe shorter ones as well. Cause if I do stories that are longer than that, like hour long, I would probably want to make an individual book. You were talking about liking Chinese not manga but visual novels. Me too. Yeah, we can tackle that in one stream. Definitely. Also, we can read things in public domain. Yeah, I think things longer than an hour usually just make a video on in the future. An audiobook. I have to look into the software though. Like I said, to cut out sounds and things. There are a lot of classic books that are really, how long is each chapter? Just a few pages? Even still, that's very long. How long is One Piece? Let me see. Page 1352. You gotta be. What book is that? Will that be issue? Maybe. I probably want to finish it before I forgot what I read in chapter 1. Speaking of which, I put away Good Omens and I haven't finished reading that. I started that a while ago. I should finish that. Not a really good point though. Did you find this through web novels or kids? And I don't know. Same. If you do have short stories or books in the public domain, we could read those. We could also read chapters, just chapters individually in the beginning of streams or something. So never mind. You can click it directly from here. Sorry. Elbow. Got the funny bone. The worst name thing in the human body. TCG. Where did I put the? So many tabs. The cover looks really cool. JS manga. No, I lost the earlier one. Not here. Yeah. It is not open. Yeah, it's fine. Yes. Unfortunately, I will clean after this. Usually it's not like this. Usually, what was I saying? Oh yeah, do you frequent those kinds of reading websites? Like, do you like documenting with Goodreads and stuff? I don't. I think. Let me see. Did you find it a waste of time to document everything you read? Or did the to-read list get overwhelming? I find that to be a thing with sites like Goodreads and Mal. Because you to watch this is like 500 and you watch this 40. You really don't mind ongoing stuff, huh? and super on top of this. How are they going this song? How do you hit 2,190 chapters? I'm curious just to see how that's going. Is this true? 88,000 ratings? I never even heard of this say. That's amazing. Hmm. Hmm. I saw it was number 1 on the side. That's incredible though. I am the opposite, unfortunately. I have a ridiculous list for all movies, games, books, short stories. Now I have to add this to the list. I think it's subconsciously so I don't view consumption as a waste of time, even though it is, and then I'm wasting more time documenting the consumption, so I think it's also so I know what I was into at that time. Never have so. Yeah, I started doing this in middle school. Actually, even like grade elementary. So I was able to do everything from the beginning. Yeah. That's good. I wish we could read some more. No, there are a lot of good authors that I've been recommending too. Do you like the more contemporary stuff, like or do you like YA, or do you like things that are older, like the classics? I really haven't been reading as much recently. I also don't really read that much stuff that's coming out right now. SSG. SSG. Is it similar to those leveling manga that are about isekai manga, where someone is average, they get reborn and they become super OP? There's a twist on that. What? Masha, I don't think I can think of a single short novel I read. Maybe short stories, but nothing based around it. Is that a common theme in Chinese webtoons? I know the really popular one was we got an adaptation, but I can't remember the name. Yeah, I could see how that wouldn't be shown as much in modern stuff, but the old stuff does show that. Also, do you like ReZero then? If you watch anime, I don't know if that's me or well, I don't think, and I've only read what did I read in that? Oh, you found them by accident. Oh, baby, too. I don't think I watched it. I don't think I watched the most recent seasons. No, this is good. I need to know. Oh, you're reading it too. I have kind of a law against reading or watching things that are ongoing. So I haven't watched any of the big stuff that's recent, like Jujutsu Kaisen or anything. That's one thing that's coming to mind. Demon Slayer. Any of the new seasons of big shows. Half of Attack on Titan. Yeah. It's a lot more than me. Sometimes when I watch stuff, I don't really understand why I'm even watching it. Because I don't like it. I think I'm doing it just to put it on my list and to be finished with it. Which is another reason you shouldn't have a list. Because it makes me not want to drop things. So, I should probably stop doing that. I know to your eternity. If it's finished, I will gather. But these kinds of slower ones, you have to kind of be in a certain mood. Like, not something chill while you're eating, you know? And what am I watching it now? Oh, if it's horror, I will watch it. Currently, I'm only watching, Arakawa Under the Bridge. I have a hard time saying that. Let me see if it's finished. It is. Okay, I will watch it. I really like the style for it. It's super unique. Even in the scheme of unique anime styles, it's super unique. I've seen manga. Very cute. Is this fall under the cute girls doing cute things? I'll add that too. I know that there's something about a white wolf or something. Maybe I'm remembering. Yeah, this the one with the... Is it a wolf? A dog? A dog wolf? No, it is a wolf, it seems. See? There's even that kind of vibe. I guess that makes sense. I'm to those... Well, if the show behind it is good enough, then yes. But I haven't watched the Supreme Cute Girls Doing Cute Things show she think is K-On. I've seen the Easter though. I think it falls into that. Avocado is nice actually. It's like an absurdist comedy suicide moments. And the first opening is really catchy. So yeah, I like it. I just have to finish it sometime. When I take breaks though, I usually watch most stuff just when I'm eating or before bed. But when I'm eating, I kind of have my brain off, so maybe I should try to watch things that are more serious when I'm eating. Cause I just end up watching a lot of YouTube. I'm less addicted to YouTube than I used to be though. It has everything on here. Everything. I can't view that. I don't have a Discord. Wait, can I view it outside? Maybe I can. I'm scared to click. A lot of people. Okay, I'll trust it. Oh, this is your setup. Kitty's meowing really loud. I don't know. No, you don't need it. It's a lot. And also not quite fancy. Is it because you relate to her? I also haven't watched it for the same rule. Same rule. Kitty really wants something. I will go. I think she wants food, so I'll feed her and can talk a little bit more. Okay. So cool. Oh yeah, some people, I think they love or hate the really wacky physical comedy, pop comedy. I think it's called. Is that it? Maybe gag comedy. I thought it looked funny though in the few scenes I saw. And anyway, I fed Kitty less because she threw up again, so I have to feed her less. And oh, I don't know if you're still. too. I don't know if you're still here. So I was gonna return the question about being a cat. Oh, you've been summoned. I think that's only... I've seen some of it. You eat some... Wait, no, I think I've seen Asawase. It's one blanco, right? And then... No, she pretends she doesn't know Japanese, but she actually can't speak English. Asuri. Asawase. Yeah, I like that humor too. But it's comparable. Oh, and I remember from the anime in particular. I thought so. That might be the case. I was gonna ask the question if you thought about it. Remember that. I like the hair cutting part. I'd ask if you decided on whether you would be a cat and under what conditions. Because I have still not decided. Would you be a cat if you had your current brain, but a cat lifespan? Would you have your lifespan, a cat body? I don't know. I'm just thinking, is there any world where you would want to trade your life for a cat, an indoor cat? I'm breaking the mold. Is this the sort of thing with mostly human with just the ears, or do you want to be a full-size standing cat, bipedal cat? Is that your goal? Remember something about the voice actress? Oh yeah, the voice actress who did the deep girl's voice. I think she did both she's one of the few actresses that does both the English and Japanese stuff. She's Hafu. So... Isn't you wanna be everything a human is, but in a cat form? Isn't she? That's pretty good. It's like, you can keep all the good stuff and you just get rid of the responsibilities. And you're a cat, so if you don't like your owner, you don't have to snuggle up to them. And they'll just accept it as you being a cat. A cat. But if you have a human lifespan, you'd have to get someone who's young, who can take care of you for your whole life. Also, you'd be turned into the scientist, and they would do tests on you. But maybe she's sweet and she won't tell anyone how long you lived. Maybe you have to run away after 15 years. Find a new owner. You have to do this every 15 years. Or 12 years so they don't get suspicious. Yeah, it does sound like good life. I think if you had a human brain though and cat body with human with cat dexterity, it'd probably get really probably be really unfulfilling really fast. Because even now, if I want to, I could just schedule one day to lie around on the floor. But I think about an hour or two and I would probably want to look at something or listen to something and I couldn't do that if I was a cat. Also, I don't know, you always get the same food. I wonder if cats are upset by the lack of variety. Our cat is really picky though, so I don't think she wants other food. we do give him a food once in a while. You've seen everything. I'm not convinced that you're not a cat who's already lived 3 lives. To see this much stuff. Read this much. It's among us. Yeah. No jobs. They have it easiest. They get the simplicity of the animal kingdom and the luxury of a human environment. No flies around them. They live like kings. It's like how they say that we eat more variety than the king ate 1,000 years ago. It's kind of cool. Kings. That's what we call industrialization. We may have men servants, but we have tractors. So who's winning? Probably still you. Yeah, that's the exact same way I got to my record, which is like almost 200 anime in a year. That's all I watched when I was eating and doing breaks and everything. I think that's why I barely watch it anymore. I'm kind of tired of it. I still really like it, of course, but eventually I will return to it a little bit more. Yeah, those were the golden days. Yeah, it's been like the time, the honeymoon period when you first get into anime and everything is so new. I think I did that. I remember it's quick. I remember I did that with banana fish. I stayed up the whole night to watch it. I think it was like the last 12 episodes or 13. And I stayed up so late that when I was finished, it was time to leave for school. And it was a very sad day at school. The ending was very sad. That's one of my favorite anime though. Definitely. I think that I think it probably does add to the experience if you. I guess it depends on the show. Like episodic shows. Maybe those aren't as good for binging because it might feel repetitive. Like what by episodic? Every show is episodic. I mean, ones that you can watch one episode randomly at any pace, like SpongeBob. Maybe those are better spaced out. Maybe that's why they make such good Sunday morning cartoons. I watched Angel Beats recently, actually. Did you watch this a long time ago? I liked it. I think it was more a product of its time, I guess. There's some anime are really like big classics during that time, but because there's so much new stuff now, they don't hold up as well. But I still think it's very good. Oh, I might know the one. I have terrible memory of shows. It is exactly why I can't watch stuff that's ongoing. Cause anytime when the season comes, I have to rewatch the whole show to understand it. I don't have a good long-term memory. Maybe I know. Maybe. I think so. This is coming back later. It is comforting too. Definitely. I think just trying to decide if we should buy. We for the science to go away. Should we be? Huh? Second row is very long when we wait for them. I don't know. So I was trying to decide if we should buy it. The game. It's kind of off topic, but I mean, I'm saving money right now, but it's a really good game. Maybe if it goes on sale another time. I think there'll be bigger sales in the summer anyway. Also, I have a lot of time into the pit. I told you earlier. I said earlier, but it sounded bad because you should remember. I don't know. I just think I'm repeating. Anyway. Oh yeah, I know about that. But I don't know. I'm kind of worried to use stuff outside of Steam. I don't know. Maybe that's silly. But they already have decent sales on Steam. But I don't know. I kind of like it being in the Steam library anyway. But maybe I should check it. Okay. I'll add this to my long keys. Is this legitimate? Okay. I'm glad I understand. Maybe we'll leave because I already have the 2 games I showed you before. All the shooter games. I have the 999 series, Gotcha, and Amnesia. I'm kind of nervous to play that. I think that's the type of horror that could actually be scary to me. I haven't seen really anything from it either, so I didn't watch the playthroughs. I think that was a bit before my time being a YouTuber. So I stream usually every other day or sometimes a few days in a row. I put my time in the about section of the video because I can't use stream Twitch. Can't use a Twitch planner for if it's multiple days in a row. So I just put it there. And that's not the most convenient though. But it's around the same time. It's like 2 to 4 starts at. Not like 2 to 3 starts. So. And let's see. Go. I think that's fine. Oh, yeah. I think next time, since I'm trying to save, next time it goes on sale. And look at CD keys too. We should also play the first few 5 minutes after these games first, because the only direct exposure I have with the game is the movie. The movie. And I also watched, for some reason, all of Markiplier's Security Breach playthrough. I don't know why I decided to watch all of it, but it was very comforting and I liked it. And I didn't watch any of his other stuff, but I just decided, yes, this is the one that I will sink 15 hours into. I don't even know what that is, to be honest. Is that when the bunny man first kills? Is that when it starts? I really don't know the lore. I've only seen the movie and some people playing it. Hmm. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Really. I appreciate that. Sleep well. William. I can't say I know who William is. Hmm. Did you like the movie if you watched it? It sounds familiar, but I've forgotten. It's the guy who plays the main character. I think, or his brother. Oh, never mind. Yeah, this is the point. This is the point. We probably should play some of the games or learn the lore before we play Into the Pit. Even though I think it's kind of self-explanatory. You don't have to play the other games to play it, but it would be nice to know, because I'm sure they put Easter eggs in it. It's too detailed and popular to not have Easter eggs for a series like this. The bunny shooters are actually surprisingly a little bit scary. It was funny. The movie was very funny. I don't think that's what it was going for, but I found it pretty funny. I won't spoil it. Funny shit, man. Okay, I think I also gonna do. I didn't expect this to be a song, but it's kind of good. This was mostly talking and one short story. That it lasted a while. This is pretty long for me, so it's good. Improvement. Talking. Thank you. Thank you for following. I also decide on the game later. I'll put it in the about section. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you.